All right. Sorry, we always have this exactly 12 o'clock power swap. So we have to swap. All right. Good afternoon again. So at this point, please, I want to get comments, particularly, I want to ask a question. I don't know whether I have, do I have Joan on the call? Do I have Joan on the call from Hedge? These people, particularly who are new to the process, I want to ask if this makes some sense from some last discussions. Joan, are you in the house? Please unmute yourself. Let's hear you. Okay. I doubt. But then let me pick on Mr. Bashiru. Mr. Bashiru. In fact, your cap gave you out. It's actually the cap that gave you up, sir. Mr. Bashiru, you can unmute yourself. Mr. Bashiru, unmute yourself. Mr. Bashir, unmute yourself. Okay, let me try doing that. I've sent you. I want someone in the operations there to speak to that dashboard I just shared. Can we speak? Please, let me have Madam Mary Oderinde. Madam Mary Oderinde.
Good afternoon, sir.
In fact, sorry, I was almost going to say good morning. We've left it, so we are now in the we are post-trade or post-afternoon. Please, madam, how are you? Good morning, please. That dashboard, please. That dashboard, and we say it is dynamical. Now, on a current day, like look at the time now being 12:06, and you are being carried along as per every trade that is landing and processing, and that board now becomes a special board that gives you an opportunity to know what has happened. I mean, does that help you in any way?
Yes, I even want to even ask about the trade processing.
Yes.
So for that depository direct trade processing,
Yes.
are we still going to be using the format of Excel that we have to go and rearrange and
automatically written off? That's why I say an MD that doesn't even have time or need to even learn it can run trade. That same file is what we are giving to Integra raw.
Okay, I should just upload it like.
Don't touch. In fact, if you touch it, you have even damaged the format. That same file, just give it to Integra. It will format it itself, rearrange to the 10th column by itself, and you can now confirm before you process. You have to confirm that you don't have invalid accounts. You have to confirm that no new symbol that is not in the system, because it's going to highlight all of them on your screen. So once you address each and every one of those, you are sure that when you now say process, you are at home that nothing will be rejected because you have addressed everything. You can imagine something telling you out of 1,000, 20 lines will fail because there is no account. So why would you allow it to even go in the first place? Address the account. Now, confirm that everything is perfect. Then you push it and you're home and dry. So the idea of having to go back and reprocess doesn't even arise. Please, this session was so important that I please want to have a double. I want to have another session after the account, if you don't mind, because I really want to get into more dynamics at this time, which one of you may need to give me a connection, which is what I planned earlier, so that we can have a live real-time session. And please, I would want to call for that if you don't mind. The operation was like much more, and now was not enough. Even in the last sessions, we were doing 1 hour 30 minutes because we have to extend it over time, as it were. But then
there's another thing I want to ask.
Please go ahead,
so
madam.
For the people that want to do cross, if we do a cross deal, sometimes to carry the same ticket reference number. Is the system going to?
Thank you. That same file, that same raw file, that same raw file with his cross deal and everything. In fact, the system will even analyze it and you see the cross deal. It is the system that will even tell you all the cross deal that you have on your page before you are processing. It will analyze all of them. It will adjust their ticket numbers. You know those same common ticket number that comes together.
Yeah,
by the time it will automatically adjust it by itself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for that. Then does that mean that the manual trading, if you have a single trade that I want to do, the manual trade that we are
you can now go to the
manual
manual. That we are not removing it. You can now use that one for that one single item.
which is for the NESD.
Thank you. Of course, that one is still there. We are not removing that. You can use that to manage your NESD. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Sani Abdullahi. Sani Abdullahi, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sani.
And the issue.
Okay. Hold on. Please power your operations to ask me questions. You are an administrator. I want very effective questions, please. Very, very effective and don't waste our time. Okay, Sani, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I just want to ask this thing. Before it give us alert on the rejected trade processing.
You see, that is in the case of excuse me. All those ones are fire brigade. What I've discussed now is not about sending an alert, because the alert, you are allowing the problem to happen and you are going to search for what is causing. No, at the point of processing, you should nip the issue. You should actually nip the problem and process it before you are processing. So you know there's a problem and deal with it. So it's not like an after thing. Mr. Sonny, I hope that works.
Then number two, what of the issue of automatic processing by the system?
The automatic, we are not taking that out. It's actually, you see, we are discussing this manual when the automatic has not picked things to process automatically, which is a different thing altogether. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Please.
What brought my attention was in the issue of maybe the new account just created, and maybe they have a personal contact between the market, the trader, and this in they deposit money into our account. Then the manager, maybe the trader, decided to buy social stock for him without notifying the operations. He went ahead and bought the shares for him, and then the system generates the contract, not automatic. Then is there any way that programmers will identify us or indicate us that there is alert to show that there is a reject process contract note? Or what are you doing about it, sir?
Sorry. There's always a reject report. Let me tell you what the reject report will do for you. It will not tell you about balance in an account, no. Because in the first place, the balance in an account would not have happened if you processed your order through the OMS. If it was not done through the OMS, it is not for OMS or Cloud Integrator to say, no, don't process. Our own is that the trade must come in, it must balance. Your day's settlement with CSCS must agree, because the accounts have to go home and sleep. They are not the only people. So you don't pass your own issue for them. They have to go home and sleep. But quite frankly, it's best we nip the problem where it is than allowing it to happen, and we are now chasing for how to. Reject report is always there. It still remains so. Please, let me take Mr. Tom Oitare, please.
No, number two, I have another question. Number two, sir.
1 minute, 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please.
Sir, the issue of this FGN bond.
Yes, please.
It is automatic in thousands.
Yes, please.
But in the CSCS trade log, it shows 100. When processing,
excuse me. That is actually, you see, that's now internal. Bonds always have what you call the bond factor, the 10 factor. So when you are processing, that price has to be multiplied by 10. So because if you do it at the rate you are seeing in CSCS, you will not land at your proper settlement with the client or the portfolio account. That is internal, and you can confirm this from any other mode. So that
is it going to be manual or automatic?
Excuse me, Cloud Integrator does this manually, especially and provided the symbol that we are being processed is indicated as bond. That is every feature. Once the symbol is bond, that is the treatment. It's not a new thing. That's been so from the onset, please.
So what I'm saying, sir, sorry. In the case of automatic generations, how is it going to work? Is it going to be that we are going to maybe register it as that thousands?
Excuse me, please.
Or what, sir?
I've just said something. If the symbol involved is of the class bond as instrument bond. The mathematics is not the same as equity. Please note that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's automatic. That one is not even argued. It's unless that bond looking symbol was not set up properly as bond to go and treat it as equity, and it will be wrong.
Okay. Now it's automatic.
It's
Sorry
not
for
now. It's not
disturbing you.
now. It's not now. It's been that has been the
Okay.
tradition. It's been the same thing from
Okay.
inception, please.
Okay.
But when you are saying it
Oh.
in the CSCS side, yes, I've also confirmed it. The bond factor is not indicated.
It's okay. Go on, sir.
All right, please let me take Mr. Intari, please.
Okay, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you, sir?
I thank you. So my first question is the price on the Programos and the Extreme platform. I noticed that they are not accurate. So so we're having issues. I have issues like when I trade with, so if not, I have to go and look at the extreme price and I'll use that to trade on the Programos. So
Okay.
now it makes it, it's it's not seamless in that sense, That's number one. Then number two, for recovery when there's any error in trade.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes.
What's your process as per Programos and this new platform especially?
Okay, like I said, let's just look at it as if it's a new platform, as if it's a new tradition. It's been the same tradition. So let's not feel so that some people here might feel there's something so strange about it, sir.
Yes, okay,
now,
okay.
But then, okay, let me take one on the extreme price and the programmer's pricing. I think on one hand, we will actually try to verify this because the timing of trade that we get from market data, there's something about, is it UTC? Of +1 or -1 timing may have an issue, which already we're addressing right now as we speak. After this session, my next session is actually working with some team at the exchange to narrow down. I'm happy we have raised this because for me, when I get data, I just take it like that is the best data that I have, you understand? But then if we have UTC +1 matter or not, these are things I will need to raise so that I can confirm too that I'm getting, because with all facts, sometimes we see maybe like 1 hour behind in that timing because under market data, there's something about there's a time gap column. So if you look at it, maybe it's like 1 hour behind or something. So that UTC timing, and we'll now ask, is it on the server that we need to change that or where at what point? And there's no how we want to post-date a machine server for whatever it is, but whatever it will take. I'm presenting this in what I'm going to do to achieving this. If that just solves that, then please, on the error trade, let me just note that everybody present here has to plan for error trade.
Okay.
It's actually a guideline issue that the exchange will want to know how you have managed your errors. They don't say that you actually commit errors, but it could happen. If it happens, how have you managed it? So the approach is this, because I'm also going to raise this with the accounts people, but then it doesn't start from the accounts. It actually starts from the operations. The issue here is that assuming you have erroneously sold an account, sold something from the account of Amos Emmanuel with you. Now, in one breath, when you sell, you could just correct it by going to trade it out. Is that correct?
Yes.
And trading it back is to mean that you sold wrongly, you have to buy back. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, when you now buy back, you sometimes will realize that you may have bought back at a price that may not be okay for me. At the same time, the price you're buying back may be okay for me. That is when customers don't complain. But when it's against them, you see them complain. But the whole issue is that what people used to do in the past stockbroking is that we now introduce something we call trade reallocation. So at that time, the market was not very transparent. So trade reallocation is now null and void in consequence, because you have to go correct by doing a counter transaction that negates it on the floor of the exchange. That has to come in, and when it comes in, you can now actually pass the difference to an in-house account that you must create. So every house must have an account that is labeled traded errors account. And this account should also have an impact in a GL to report to, so that you can print an activity of that account. So anytime they're asking you, it's just to show you or the regulator that yes, you actually document each and every one of those things so that they don't feel that you are burying such information and you don't want that to be known. I don't know whether that answers your question, sir.
It answers, it does, but partly, like
Yes.
also
Yes.
for with NGX, there's a process, there's an amount of time that you can send mail to request that, okay, we made an error for this trade and we need it to be reversed. Do you understand? With NGX, there's a process.
Okay. Okay, but
I
then
don't know
to the application, to the application,
Yes.
sir. The application
Yes.
in itself and its processing ingenuity will not know that anything that landed through his own process was in error. He wouldn't know. So
Yes.
otherwise, what we've just said now, we would have kind of built an intelligence around that so that anytime that happens, we can actually take advantage and trigger something that can initiate this kind of activity that could be digital. But then we can still think it through, please. We can still think it through in this reason, sir. I think that's fine to know. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Then Mr. Anthony Hedge.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Anthony.
Thank you very much, sir.
Sorry, apologies, please. I was calling Joanne and she's not on this call. Any problem?
I don't know for now. I'm not close to her.
Okay. Yeah, I understand she runs from a different region or operation or so. But you were to help ensure that your operations. Oh, sorry. Yes, I think I understand now. Yes, she's of the accounts.
Yes,
exactly. But then it's just that we were discussing something that was in her, which will also be repeated in that case. Please go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Sorry, sir. I have to rush my question. I believe some people are going for prayers because it's already.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Please. Yes.
It has to do with the trade processing.
Yes.
So we had an issue yesterday.
I'm aware of that issue. I were to relate back to you, if not for this timing that I have, because you were the one to relate with us, because the officer that communicated couldn't express. But Ben, please just go ahead, raise it. Let's hear you. Yes, please.
Yes, we did a series of trade on the 10th, and yesterday the particular client is on DCS. So the person has been paid a certain amount, but on the software, we're seeing that total amount is less. So we had to trace, and we saw that a particular trade was not included on the X Cloud. So doing my findings, I found out that the counterparty, their code was not there. So I believe that was why it could not carry it. So we tried to do the manual processing.
Yes.
And it was giving us a line error, which was what we captured and sent to you.
Okay. Now,
so in a situation like that,
sorry, sir. That point of the counterparty is what I want. In fact, that was actually what confused us. Because in the first place, when you have a trade and you have your trade file, there's a column for counterparty. Is that correct? There's a column for counterparty. Yes. Now, if you realize when you are processing and you are doing that your 10 column, whether the counterparty is there or you change it to any not applicable and the names too not even there, the system doesn't use it in determination of processing at all. It's just that column must be available to complete 10 column. So whether it's there or not, it wasn't about. So that was exactly what confused us, and we needed to relate with you, which I think that is what we should still share so that we can better understand what that case was. Because up till now, I didn't get it. So, and I know that you were the one doing it, but another officer has sent it. But when we saw the counterparty confusion, and we're like, counterparty doesn't even affect trade processing. You understand? So it doesn't. But what should be the issue for that balancing? Please don't fail to bring it forward so that we can actually nib it, because we need to understand it better. But it wasn't about the counterparty column from that mail and that request.
Sorry, sir. The reason raised on the X Cloud, like I shared, you were saying that the trade reference already exists.
Oh, excellent. So we will pick it up from there. Don't worry. We'll pick it up from there because that's the information we couldn't even know or understand better from our end. But please,
we need that particular account. We need to balance it. The client is on DCS.
Oh, no problem.
And
now, please, let me ask.
The person is still being paid today.
Let me ask a question, please. Let me ask a question. If
yes, sir.
If a customer is updated for DCS, please, direct cash settlement in OM in CSCS. Is there anybody updating that record? Do you update that record on the software?
Yes, we actually send the DCS notification to our accountants.
No,
Because
I'm just
DCS...
asking. I'm just asking. On the software, somebody has to update. I'm just asking, do you update it? Because if you update it, the system knows what to do when the trade is being processed.
Automatically, yes, it
Automatically.
should be the accountant.
No, my question was that that's one of the things we need to verify. That account and status now, has it been updated? Otherwise,
I'm not sure
like I said, we
updated.
need to get there so that I don't waste the time of today. Let me take more positions, please. And please, let's just note that this session can be done in an hour and a half even. Please, we'll request for another time, maybe on Wednesday next week. But please, let us be done with accounts, and we can actually do more practical things. Operation is very key and is foundation of all this.
And today is Friday.
No, that's besides, Sunday, today is also Friday and the eve of Valentine. So don't bring that one up, I beg. So please, any other positions, please, let's get to here.
It's not Valentine, it's prayers. People want to go for prayers.
No, I know the person that raised this point. Don't mind him. It's not about the prayer alone. So please, any other question? Any other question? Mr. Kende Balogun, please, can you help me with a roundup comment, please, so that we can take it up? But please be reminded that I'm going to still engage operations in stockbroking again on Wednesday, please, after we are done with accounts. It's important we go more in depth, please. Thanks. Mr. Kende, are you there? I called him the last time. Mrs. Benson. Mrs. Benson, please, could you help us? We need a wrap-up comment.
This is not Mrs. Benson. This is Bridget, a colleague of Mrs. Benson.
Okay, please. I challenge you now to please give us a wrap-up comment, please. Thank you.
I just have a simple question, sir.
Excellent. Go ahead. Yes.
Is the biometrics okay now? Can I start uploading documents and all?
When we give you this version, yes. That's why we're telling you, yes. And that's what I spoke about.
How
it today.
soon will that be?
Oh, no. That's when we are done. When we are done with all this, we institute the process for upgrades. That's the starting point, yes. That's why I feel we even need more time. Like, I'm happy you are even talking that we need more time so we can do some live things. That's what I want to plan for by that Wednesday. So we're doing live knocks, trades, that, and all that, please. Please give us a closure. Please give us a closure.
Well, thank you so much for this training. We're hoping that we'll get more elaborate and direct and specific training on other particulars of the program. Our hope is that once the new version is instituted, right, most of the difficulties we have encountered will be completely dealt with. It will be much more pragmatic and friendly, a lot more friendlier. So we're praying that Programos progress. We're praying that all things will fall into place soonest, so that we can be up to date with our documentation and processes.
Thank you so very much for your parting words. I appreciate you there, Bridget. My regards to everyone there, Mr. Nii, and everyone there in Express Portfolio Kaduna. Someday I'll be in Kaduna. Yes, so at this point, I see a lot of you. Thank you so very much. Your comments are noted. And like I said, please, this is the house I really need. I'm surprised. Admin people, I was getting 60. Today is 55. I want to see operations even at 100 because you should freely nominate as many as people to take charge of this operation. The easier things work, of course, the better for some of us. And of course, you realize that we didn't even have time to talk more, even on the OMS. So we need more time on Wednesday, please. I will just take a break on Tuesday to relax a bit because it's been back to back since this week. It's not been easy, but then we'll try to do our bits. Thank you so very much, everybody. Thank you. Love for all the managements present. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.